Hey, how's it going, Brandon? It's me, Zach, and we're back here with another video today. And in this video, we're going to be going over this PikaRom deck against my personal ReshiZard Greens Exploration-based deck. It's one of the better decks in the format that we have. It is successful. It has seen success at multiple tournaments, including making top 4 at the World Championships. A lot of the lists are going to look very similar. So if you do play against this deck, it is something that you should be noted. Just watch this video, see exactly how to play. I've asked my pal over at Rare Candy TCG, one of the better players out there, to play with them. So let's shoot them over a challenge and see exactly how this goes. So let's go there and let's send a challenge to Rare Candy TCG. Okay, and we're going to call it a coin flip. It's called Tails. Would we like to go first? Yes. So this can be a difficult matchup for us because they can knock out their Pokemon, our Pokemon, in a single hit with their Flare Strike attack. So we just got to see exactly how that all plays out. So since we're going first, there's no point of us playing these down. Did have a really good start here, though. Okay, so first and foremost, let's go Volkner. Grab an electromagnetic radar. Let's grab another lightning energy. This is one of the many favorite starts that we have for the deck. We just have a lot of options. And we can get powered up very quickly. So let's grab a PikaRom and let's grab a Dedenne so we're ready to draw some cards as well. So PikaRom, Zorora, Tapu Koko, Lightning Energy. And you might be wondering why I'm not going to be playing down the Lysander Labs. So the reason why I'm not going to be playing Lysander Labs down in this matchup is because I want to be able to retreat this Jirachi. I don't want to shut us off with Lysander Labs. And we're just going to go ahead and go with Dedenne GX there. So we do have the option of using Stellar Wish. And I think we just want to grab an escape board. I'm pretty okay with that. There's not much else that we want to be doing with this turn, so let's go Dance of the Ancients on those two. So we're pretty much all powered up there. Let's drop another Jirachi so we have options. And let's go ahead and pass here. Yeah, that seems fine. We don't want to put the escape board down because it will give us more options on that, on if our opponent knocks out our Jirachi or not. Because it is possible for them to attack with a Volcanion this turn, or to attack with a Double Blaze GX. There's a Power Plant, so they do play Power Plant. That is going to stop our Dedenne GX from working, our Zorora GX. So we do want to keep note of that. And typically in this matchup, we just want to be knocking out 2 Reshiram and Zekrom GXs. So it looks like our opponent's going to choose what they want to grab here with greens. Okay. So they didn't get a Welder turn 1. That's good for us. We do have our escape board, so we can do that. Let's see exactly what we can get off Stellar Wish. So we did get another escape board. That's pretty cool. Let's go for a lightning energy. And let's grab a custom catcher. So there's our lightning energy. Let's retreat, send this up. Our opponent should not be able to take a hit on us. So let's go ahead and full blitz, hit the active for 150. We'll just grab 2 energies here since we have another energy in our hands. We'll see exactly what our opponent does. Now, our opponent does have some tricks that they could do in their deck. They could get off a Shrine of Punishment to do extra damage with Flare Strike, but they might just want to use Outrage here for the simple 180. And here we want to do as much damage as possible, so let's just go double Custom Catcher. Bringing up this Reshiram Charizard, we do want to hit with our Tag Bolt GX. We have 2 Electro Powers naturally. So let's see if we're able to get a third one to win the game. We're already doing 260 with Tag Bolt, 170 knocks out the bench one. We can't use Dedenne GX because of Power Plants. So let's go ahead and get Cynthia. And fortunately for us, we did get a third Electro Power, so we are able to just go Tag Bolt GX and take a quick game on our opponent. Sure, our opponent was not expecting this at all. I wasn't really expecting this at all either. But taking 6 prize cards from a Tag Bolt GX is absolutely wild. So we take those. Let's jump into another game. That one was super quick. See exactly how it goes versus our opponents. And we're just waiting for Rare Candy TCG to respond. Oh, I guess they're choosing for us to go first. And with triple Dedenne GX in our hand, it looks like we're going to be starting with that. Our opponent probably wants to start with a Volcanion. Okay, we'll take an extra card there. Yes, we'll definitely draw an extra card there. And remember, we're going first. Our opponent started with a Volcanion. So there's a Jirachi. We might as well attach an energy to this Dedenne GX. Let's go ahead and Cynthia. We're attaching an energy because we can always get her the active position with this Aurora, if that's possible at all. Here, it looks like we're just going to go ahead and try to get that Zorora going. So we could use our Jirachi to use Stellar Wish. So we got a Zorora. Not necessarily the best start that we had, but got to make do with what we have here. There's an Electromagnetic Radar. We're probably just going to hold on to that for next turn, seeing exactly what we could do. Let's just go ahead and pass. It's very possible for us to get a knockout next turn. And our opponent's probably just going to try to get out a Reshiram Charizard GX, all powered up. So we'll see how that goes. They're already going Power Plant to stop what we want to do. There's a green's probably going to get a Cherish Ball. And the first couple turns of every game is just going to be our opponent getting set up here. Okay, awesome. Getting all powered up there for our opponents. And we do need to watch out for our opponent's Double Blaze GX, something we will take note of. So let's go with Thunder Mountain Prism Star here. We don't have any lightning energies in our discard pile. So let's get those in there for our Tapu Koko Prism Star, which we have in there. We have our Thunder Mountain as well. Let's do this. Let's see what we can get off. Custom Catcher for 1. Get a Jirachi. I don't want to play it down though, because that would stop us from using Tapu Koko Prism Star. So let's see what we can get off this Dedenne GX. So we did get a PikaRom, which will allow us to get off a Tapu Koko Prism Star. So use Dance of the Ancients on those two. If we can get something off of Jirachi, we are able to attack this turn. So we did get a Cynthia, giving us some options. Cynthia. So we got an Escape Board there, and we did get a Raichu and a Alolan Raichu GX. So plenty of opportunities for us to do things. Let's retreat into this PikaRom. Let's go energy switch from this Dedenne over to this Raichu and Alolan Raichu. And let's go for a full blitz knockout, getting 3 energies on that Raichu and Alolan Raichu. We're going to try to attack with Lightning Ride GX with an Electro Power to knock out this Reshiram and Charizard GX. Okay, there's another Reshiram and Charizard GX. I wouldn't be surprised if they went for a Welder play, getting 3 energies on their active. Wow, so it looks like they didn't have the necessary energies to make everything happen. They could only use the Flare Strike there. The biggest issue that we have here is that it's impossible for us to kind of take this knockout this turn. We could paralyze them, but they might have a Greens Exploration that could search for a Shrine of Punishment, which is the same thing as getting a knockout. We might as well just power up our Pokemon. Let's go full blitz. I'm assuming we're getting knocked out, and let's power up a couple energies here onto this Raichu and Alolan Raichu. We're powering them up there because we do have a tag switch in our hands. If we attach them there, it's possible that we would not get an energy necessary for Lightning Ride GX. So our opponent's probably just going to try to heal a little bit. Reset Stamping our hand away. They probably expect that we have something. If anything, I think our hand might be a little bit better here. Oh, and they're just playing cards out to use Custom Catcher. Draw some cards, so there's another way for them to heal. And greens there is going to be huge for them. So our opponent's going to jump ahead in this game. Wow, they healed our whole attack off. That's huge for our opponent. And there's a Greens Exploration. Oh wow, they're going to go double Custom Catcher. They're probably just going to knock out our... Wow. That was a huge turn on their behalf. Just knocking out that Raichu and Alolan Raichu. Okay, we don't have many options here. We can send up Jirachi. Let's try to go for a Raichu and a Alolan Raichu to try to set them off this path. So let's go Volkner. Let's grab a Tag Switch. And we don't have any energies that we can deal with. So let's go Tag Switch from here, grabbing 2. Grab another energy, and let's go Stellar Wish. There's no point of us reset stamping our opponent. We're not entirely sure what they'd have there. Let's grab a switch for next turn just in case we need one. And let's paralyze this Pokemon. So let's go Tandem Shock. So hopefully that's enough to stop what everyone has going on. And yeah, they were trying to punishment out. So that's all we could do that game. Let's try out another one, see if we can get a bit of a better setup here. Let's go with, yeah, let's just shoot them over another challenge. See if we can get a bit of a better start. Okay, and we will definitely go first here. We're going to start off with a Jirachi. And similar to other games, we don't want to put that PikaRom down. We'll see exactly what our opponent does. And our opponent's being awesome and giving us a mulligan. So let's see how that plays out. Do we want to draw some extra cards here? Yes, we'll definitely draw some extra cards. Again, no point of us putting any of that down. And we'll see how we play it out. Okay, so let's go with, first things first, I think it's important for us to get set up. So let's go with a Pikachu Zekrom down. I don't want to necessarily attach to it. So let's go, actually, you want to know what I probably do want to attach for it. Let's go grab an Electromagnetic Radar. So we have our Tapu Koko, we see we have our Thunder Mountain. Let's grab a Lightning Energy. So now that we have 3 Lightning Energies, we can get out everything that we want. Zorora, and a Raichu and a Alolan Raichu. can put those two down, no problem. We can attach. And there's no point of us doing anything else except using the Dene GX here. Gives us our most options to get set up. Okay, cool. We'll just naturally get the Tapu Koko Prism Star. Powering up our Pokemon there, as you can see. And next turn, it looks like we're going to be able to get off a turn 2 full blitz. Stellar Wish, awesome. Let's go for an Electro Power. Seems good for us, just in case we need to get some big damage on board. Let's just go ahead and pass here. Okay, awesome. Our opponent's probably gonna... Oh wow, they did not get a Reshiram Charizard at all. That's very bad for them. Okay, so we're in a good spot. Let's try to capitalize on it. Let's go Stellar Wish. Let's grab out probably just a Cynthia. And we're going to go ahead and retreat into this Pikachu and Zekrom GX. Now, we have our options. Let's just grab a Custom Catcher and a Lightning Energy. We can always just go full blitz, get the knockout, power up that Raichu and Alolan Raichu on the bench. And we're pretty much ready for whatever our opponent does next turn. I'm assuming they're hoping that they were in our position this game. Similar to how we just lost last game. Things happen. And, oh, there's a Reshiram Charizard GX on our opponent's side. Maybe they'll just attach an energy to it. Maybe they have a greens. We'll see exactly how it plays out for them. Maybe they'll go Flare Starter. I don't think it makes too much sense for them to go for High Heat Blast, but maybe they can get a knockout. They're trying to get a knockout with Double Blaze or something like that. Now, I know they can't knock out this Raichu and Alolan Raichu next turn, even if they are able to knock out this PikaRom. So I'm just going to go full blitz, getting another Raichu and Alolan Raichu set up. There's a knockout. I'm going to take the 2 energies left there. And we're ready to go for the remainder of the game. The cool thing about this deck, they could sacrifice a few 1 prize card Pokemon, and then I'm still forced to knock out 2 Reshiram and Charizard GX. Maybe this is all part of their plan. Maybe they'll hit something great off the Pokegear. There's a Welder. So it looks like our opponent might be able to get the knockout here on this Pikachu Zekrom. Got another Welder going on for next turn. So even though it's not working out great, oh wow, so they're actually in a position where if we don't get everything that we have, we could actually lose the game next turn. They might be putting themselves in a position to go Double Blaze GX next turn, Flare Strike this turn, to knock out 2 GX Pokemon that are tag teams. So even though our opponent got a rough start, it's not absolutely the worst by any means. Here we naturally just have the win in hand though. We have the fully powered up Raichu and Raichu GX, we have our GX attack, and we have an Electro Power in our hand. So we don't want to waste any of our opponent's time when we're going through the actions. You can see 150 plus the additional 100 damage plus the additional 30 from Electro Power equals 250 damage. And we'll just send up a Drachi. It doesn't matter what we send up because we are benching out our opponent of their Pokemon, which is an alternative win condition. So quick game there, quick game back on our opponents. let's try out a third game, see exactly how this game plays out. Okay, and we're gonna make sure that Rare Candy here goes first, if they want to. I won the flip, and we'll ask our opponent if they want to go first or second. They want to go second, so I would love to go first. The reason why they want to go second is to power up with Volcanion as quickly as possible. The only thing that could backfire is if they don't start with Volcanion. So we're going to start here with PikaRom because that's a better start for us. And they did start with Volcanion. Okay, cool. So we have options here. I think our best option is probably going in with Volkner, grabbing an electromagnetic radar and a lightning. And our start here is really good. So let's go electromagnetic radar, discard both of those. And we just want to grab a Dedenne and probably, and we can see here, I probably should have searched for Tapu Koko Prism Star. That card is nowhere to be found. But we do have Thunder Mountain, so it is possible for us to get the knockout for next turn. So let's go Dedenne and Zeraora. I think those seem like pretty great choices. Let's go ahead here and PokeCom one of these away. So our hand was perfect if our prize cards didn't affect everything. But that can happen. We have our Raichu, Alolan Raichu. Good for us. So let's just go ahead and start benching all these cards. There's an Escape Board, Zeraora, Raichu. Let's play Custom Catcher. Here there's no point of us not playing Electro Power, even though it's our first turn. And let's use Dedenne here. So we're going to go Lightning Energy onto our active. And let's just go ahead and pass our turn. There's nothing else we can do. And see exactly what our opponent decides to do here. So there's a Volcanion. Looks like our opponent's just going to Custom Catcher probably up our... Oh, there's a Dedenne. And they don't really have a great start at all. So in order for us to win this game, we need to get out a Thunder Mountain Prism Star and an Energy Switch. Oh, we actually just top decked a Natural Switch. So let's see what Stadium Nav brings us first. 1 heads, 1 tails. There's a Thunder Mountain Prism Star. So Thunder Mountain Prism Star allows us to get past that. Let's attach a Lightning Energy there. Let's go Switch. And then we just take the game on the second turn. So here, it doesn't matter. We'll just go Tag Bolts. The one disadvantage about playing Reshiram Charizard with a Green's Exploration Energy is sometimes you do not have a big bench. So you can see that we've benched out our opponent in the games that we have won. So let's go ahead here. We'll play another game because that game was not really how the matchup is played. It's just a way to win in the matchup. So let's see how this game plays out. We'll let Rare Candy do whatever they want. We lost a flip. They're going to decide what they want to do. They can go first or second and see exactly how it goes. Now here we have our option to start between Pikachu, Zekrom, and Zeraora. I think it's better to start with Pikachu and Zekrom GX. The reason why is if we attach an energy to that Pokemon, we can always tag switch it off. Whereas if we start with Zorora, we cannot tech switch the energy off. And we'll wait on the Zorora GX to play down until it's our opponent's turn. Oh, it actually looks like our opponent decided to go first this game. So we're going to go ahead and put the Zorora GX down. See exactly what our opponent wants to do. Our opponent's just absolutely getting nothing these games. That's okay. We don't really have much going on here. Let's just attach a lightning energy. No supporter, no nothing, no Jirachi. Let's go ahead and pass. Hopefully our opponent then again passes, so we just win the game. They could use Flare Starter or maybe High Heat Blast. It's probably better for them to use High Heat Blast here because Flare Starter is not going to do a lot for them. Now, we are 1 heads away from getting a knockout with Stadium Nav if we can find a Thunder Mountain Prism Star. So basically, almost the exact same game that we played last time where we are able to win on our second turn, just benching this deck out. It's really unfortunate for our opponents. And this is one thing, I've played Green ReshiRam Charizard in a tournament, or GreenZard as they call it sometimes. And it can get inconsistent. Other games, it can be a little bit better. So I know that game was not the greatest. So let's try another game. I just want to show you how the deck works when it sets up. Okay, and here we got a weird start. Jirachis. We'll see what our opponent wants to do here. And they're starting with Volcanion as always. Hopefully they can get a bit of a better start here. There's a Green's Exploration for them, so at least they could play a supporter. Cherish Ball, awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and don't really need that Lysander Labs there. So let's go ahead and just discard it. There's a PikaRom. We do have Tapu Koko Prism Star. We do have our Thunder Mountain. So it is possible that we are able to get an attack off this turn. We'll grab a Zorora just because that seems pretty great. Let's go ahead and do that, do a Jirachi, and let's see what Cynthia brings us here. So we actually didn't get much at all, not even an energy on our first turn. Probably going to throw this whole hand away with a Dedenne anyways. Now our opponent did grab, what did they grab from Green's Exploration? We can always double check. See exactly. Grab Cherish Ball and Welder. So this is one of those reasons why we should use Reset Stamp so they don't have a Welder. Or maybe they won't have a Welder. Let's go ahead and Dedenne some of these cards away. We really would like to get an energy. Let's grab another PikaRom since we don't necessarily need it. A second one in this matchup. Really just want to get energies in play. Let's discard this hand, see what we get. So we actually didn't get an energy again. We did get a Tapu Koko. Let's just go ahead and switch right into this Jirachi. See if we can get anything there with Stellar Wish. We're actually so close to just getting the knockout here. It's not even funny. So let's go Dance of the Ancients. Let's try to make this happen. Let's go Lightning Energy onto Zorora, because we do have an energy switch in our hands. We have a Thunder Mountain. We do have an Electro Power. We can put a Jirachi down. We can use an energy switch. And let's try to draw it off Custom Catcher, another energy. And of course, we're going to draw 3 energies, but at least we're able to get set up for a turn 2 full blitz. Left ourselves a little bit low in possibilities here, but it is what it is. You can't control what you get sometimes, so we'll see exactly how our opponent decides to react to what we just did. Okay, looks like they're getting some energies. Maybe they got a welder in their hand, we'll see. Okay, they're getting all set up there. Dropping our Thunder Mountain 2, looking really good for our opponents. Okay, so let's go ahead and go with our Pikachu Zekrom GX. There's our other Lightning Energy. Let's see if we can Custom Catcher into a Raichu. No, we can shut that off though. Now our opponent would struggle to get a knockout here on our Pokemon, so let's go ahead and full blitz onto our active. We can always tag switch those energies off of it. If they do end up getting a Flare Strike into a Shrine of Punishment, we are going to be in a really rough spot. But that's okay, it's one of those things that we can't overly control. See what our opponent does here. Maybe they're going to try to dig for it a little bit. And sometimes games are going to be out of your control. There looks like our opponent's getting fully set up here. Our setup's a little bit weaker. There's a welder. And if they get that Shrine of Punishment, we're in a really bad position. Okay, they did get another Reshiram Charizard down. So we can't bench out our opponent's Pokemon this turn, and they did get the Shrine of Punishment out. So it looks like they are able to go Flare Strike here, 230, and then they're going to knock us out in between turns. So beyond us losing our Thunder Mountain and our Tapu Koko Prism Star and 2 Pikachu Zekroms, the biggest issue here is that we have 6 energies in our discard pile, and we have no proper way that we can attack this turn. Now, they've used Flare Strike. They might not be able to use Flare Strike again, so we're going to try something different here. Okay, so let's actually just go retreat into a Jirachi, see if we can get anything. There's an Electromagnetic Radar. let's go ahead and switch back. And we're going to use full voltage GX. I'm pretty sure it's the first time we've used full voltage GX in any of these games. There's that. There's that. And let's go full voltage GX. Now our opponent might be able to easily just get the knockout on us. 1, 2, we only need 3 since this is our GX attack. And we're just powering up a Zorora GX because it might be able to attack us. Or it might be able to attack. So hopefully our opponent doesn't really have much going on in their hands. But it is possible for them to just get switched to be able to use Flare Strike again. Or be able to use Double Blaze GX to finish off this game. This game is not on our way. Oh, and you want to know what? I was too busy thinking about Double Blaze GX for 6 energies that I didn't even think about it for 3 energies. So that being said, there's not much that we could have done in that game. These games have been really weird on both sides for both of our opponent and ourselves. And that's all we have going on here. It's one of those matches where I think it's slightly unfavored for us. The one thing that we do have going for it, though, is that their deck can be a little bit more inconsistent than ours at times. As we saw, we were able to take, I think it was 2 or 3 quick wins on them by benching them out. And their deck can also be very powerful against us. So that's what we have going on here, Brandon. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me during our next session. And if you don't have any questions, that's cool too. I can understand that these games have been very straightforward. So here's where we're at. And feel free to watch the next video. It's going to be on a deck profile, learning more about Pokemon. I know at Knoxville you went 3-3, which is actually an amazing score for someone who just started playing Pokemon like you. So keep up the great work. It seems like you're definitely learning. And yeah, I'm excited to make the next video for you. Have a good one, man. Bye.